Now, that process that he's talking about is that we're able to get to the understanding of that concept and you get to a point, right? It continues beyond that point to the point where what you are understanding moves from your head to your heart to your hand. There must be that transition. Are we following this? So if what you are learning mentally is not manifesting through your hands, then you've not learned anything. You just had a mental understanding which is not really knowledge. You've not learned. Learning equals behavior and behavior change, okay? So rapid learning simply means changing your behavior very quickly. Are we following? Now, someone that calls himself in someone which changes behavior very quickly is dumb-headed, does not change the behavior quickly enough in response to what he or she should have learned. Okay, so let's go. Why do we learn? I won't be teaching, I'm sparking up the conversation. Let's think about it. We'll talk about learning now. Why do we learn? Why do you learn? When it was time for you to learn mathematics, why did you learn math? Was it so that you could solve?
I did not want to learn maths.
Okay, the time you learned English language. Why did you learn English language?
Communication.
Was it so? Do you think it's for communication? Let's think about it. Yeah, let's think about it, right? Why did you learn maths? Why did you learn English? Is it because you wanted them to clap for you like a good mathematician or pat you on the back that you can communicate very well, you can speak very well? Was that the end goal of learning? When you think about I have less than 10 minutes, you find out that it's not true. That's not the end goal of learning. So, should I give a suggestion? Remember, I said, believe what I said, just 50%, right?
Yeah.
So, if you can have a forward development of what I just said, I would love you to lay it down to me to become my trainer as well, okay? I believe that the reason why we learn is so that we can have a deeper experience in our life. And I'll explain. Imagine someone who is a connoisseur. I just checked the pronunciation of this. Now we get who get to, I went to this backroom kind of technology school, but that is my life. And use my life to, no, that's not how to pronounce what, alright. So I checked the, connoisseur. So that's the one who takes wine, right? Now, we could bring a bottle of wine down to a connoisseur. So let's imagine, think it's you, let's imagine that she's a connoisseur here. And she's tasting wine. Because of how much she has trained her taste buds, you'll agree with me that her experiencing of wine drinking will be different from you. Sure. Yeah. And unknown to us, maybe we've not articulated it. The whole idea around learning is how we get to a point where our experience of life is very deep and very rich. Someone who is a military person will come in here from his training and get into this place, and the first thing that he wants to do is just move over to a fort like this, you can it with, and sit down here by the top. You want to see what's going on at the end. Training.
Yes.
You get the picture?
Yes.
So, unknown to you, the primal force that has been behind why you learn all your life is because you want a very deep experience of life, moments by moments. And that's what rapid learning is about. Because you can't learn rapidly if the tools, the mental cognitive tools that you need to use, they are not in tip-top shape. Are we following? Are we following?
Yes.
Alright. So what are these tools? They are 13. Would you want to write them down? Alright, let's go.
Yeah.
The first one is thinking. Second, reflection.
Yeah.
Third, memory. Fourth, inclination. Fifth, determination. Sixth, resolution of will. Seventh, conscience. Eight, six of longing. 9, 6 of passions. 10, 6 of emotions. 11, appetite and desire. Now, in your learning journey, out of these faculties, which you use to learn, which do you think is the most important? Or which do you think will be the foundation of your learning? Let's start with that.
The first one, thinking.
Is it?
The first one, thinking.
Is it? Thinking, okay. Any other person? Is it? Okay. Okay, good. Any other person? One last try. How many minutes do I have, please? Tell me. 2. Okay. Because of time, the most important faculty to train first is your will. Resolution on will. And I can explain why. Now imagine that you're running daily 5 kilometers every day. Then one day you're feeling very gung-ho, and you decide to wake up and run the marathon for 2 kilometers. By the time you get to your 10th kilometer, I know because I've run a marathon before. Not this big hard marathon, okay? By the time you run your first 10 kilometers, you go like twice your normal limits, right? So the moment you get stuff that comes to your mind is, now you have done quite the normal walk rate though, and you tackle yourself on the back. Then the next one that comes up is, I have 32 more kilometers to go. And this 10 kilometers, my God, it has not been easy, so I have to go through this 3 more times. You get the picture? If those are goals, right? If your desire, if your will to complete the task is not strong enough, even though you are thinking like you want to run a marathon, you will end up not running the marathon. So it seems like the hands of learning is your will. What you used to grasp, what you used to hold onto concepts, intangible concepts is your will. And what you want to train first is your will. Make it extremely resolute in such a way that you can say you destroyed your quick button. Are we following?
Sure.
Now, how do we train the will? So let's write this since I have about a minute left. Very quickly. This is how to train your will. I wish I could teach you that well, right? Alright. The first one is you pick a challenging task. That's step 1. Ask yourself this question. If you've not done that before, start on today. What is the one thing that is both crazy and impossible for me? If you can ask that question every day of your life, you live a very crazy life.
I'm sure.
I promise you.
How it is.
What's the one thing that is crazy and impossible for me? 2, describe how was overcoming that impossible task will look like to you. So for me currently, since I've done a marathon, when it comes to physical fitness, the next thing I want to do is run 100 miles. That's about 150 kilometers. A marathon is very short. I can't even imagine how short 150 kilometers will look like. So I have to go to the process of visualizing the challenges. If you run long distances before, aside from the issues with your leg, you can have these frictional bones in your buttocks. Alright? So yes, it happens. And you'll be like, oh my God, I'm putting this thing here, and you're like, oh my God. Yeah, that kind of feeling. And so, you visualize the possible difficulties you are going to have in your journey. Are we following? Step 3. Ensure you see yourself overcome those difficulties. Don't just visualize difficulties. Ensure you see yourself overcoming what you can see about the difficulties at that particular time. Now, step 4, you want to write out the rules of engagement that will enable you know whether you are on track or not. Do you understand? So for instance, let's imagine I'm using the running illustration. I'm running, and on my pathway, one of the rules of the engagement in Nigeria, okay, in this 160 kilometer rate, I'm only allowed to stop 10 times. And every 15 kilometers, you understand? You set up rules for that particular task. Now the next thing is this: while executing the difficult task, take short breaks for feedback, reassessment, and creativity. Don't wait until the end of the task before you check, okay, how am I performing? Am I interested in this thing? How am I feeling about it? Am I about to quit? Do you understand? Reassess short time periods, alright? Yeah. Then make sure that where you are currently, make sure to locate the current challenges you are facing in the execution of the task. Maybe the challenges you never envisaged. So, the moment you now start coming in contact with new challenges, try to note them down. Like whenever something is coming, then write down what the challenge is. Alright? then justify, like try to find out why you're having a challenge, then decide on the spot the adjustment you need to make to overcome the challenge. Alright? And that's how you get to move from the things that are quote unquote impossible to things that it has to be a moment by moment feel. No. How many people have no, so I can't here. Thank you.